What up, y'all? Week 16, fifth quarter. Let's get into it. We're going to get into these divisions. In the AFC North, we got a two-man race down to a photo finish. Ravens and Steelers are both 13-2, but guess what? They got to play one more time. And that's going to be, I don't want to say the deciding factor because I don't know who else is left on the, remaining few games. But that game between them two is going to be big time. And if the Steelers win, I'll tell you this, if the Steelers win that matchup, I think he'll win the division because he beat the Ravens the first time around. So he'll need the Steelers to lose twice. In the AFC South, we got the Texans, got this division. In the AFC East, you got the Bills at 11-3. I think they're going to wrap that division up. Dolphins 8-6 playoff contender. Jets 7-7 playoff contender. AFC West, Raiders 13-2. Chargers playoff contender 8-6. NFC North, you got Packers at 11-4. Bears playoff contention 8-7. NFC South, you got the Bucks 12-2. Then you got the Panthers at 8-6 playoff contenders. NFC East, you got Eagles at 12-2. Cowboys 8-6 playoff contention. Commanders 7-7 playoff contention. NFC West, you got the Seahawks at 11-4. Right now, they on the 10-game win streak. They have definitely turned their season around and never looked back. And everybody else in the division is a done deal. So we're gonna go to the let's go look at the weekly recap. Let's go look at the weekly recap and see what they got going on. See what they got going on up over here. I think we're going to get a weekly recap. Oh, I guess not. Oh, lovely.
The finish line is in sight. Hi, everyone. Scott Hansen here, and this is your weekly recap for Week 16. Lots to get to this week. We'll start at Soldier Field. The Bears at home to take on the Green Bay Packers. And it's the second-year man, Rome Odunze. He's going to bring this one in, and
this is a big-time win for the Bears. They needed this game in a major way. So way to come up big time at the right moment.
Check in on the Ravens as they play host to the New England Patriots. And it's Baltimore's all-time leading touchdown scorer, Mark Andrews. He's going to look at the catch and then look upfield and watch this. He'll take it 65 yards to the end zone.
Ravens ran away with that one.
The Ravens win their second straight, and they do it in style. One more to show you real quick. We go to Houston.
This game was just played.
Taking on the Raiders.
We gave up some big-time plays, man. Big-time plays.
Football. Everyone go deep, and this time it works. Mark it down as a 65-yard
Lazarturb getting beat. Lazarturb getting beat all season, Like, all season he been getting smoked like a chimney. Yeah, so that's what the games that was just played. That was the recap. That was the recap for that. We're gonna go to week 15. And Falcons and Bucks didn't play. That was a fair sim. I hate to see that. Bucks was on a mean win streak and they lost the fair sim. Hate to see a win streak snap for a fair sim. We'll love to see them. Well, I'd love to see them continue their win streak. Chargers and Chiefs. This loss right here, I think, buried the Chiefs' hopes and dreams on making the playoffs. And the Chargers came up, took care of business, then mess around and waste no time. Then you had the Commanders and Giants. Commanders won this one 30-16. Commanders kept the playoff hopes alive. Actually, hold on, let me see something. I didn't check the playoff picture. So if the playoffs ended today, you have the Bears as the seventh seed, Cowboys sixth seed, Panthers five seed, Seahawks four seed, Packers three, Bucks two, Eagles one. This would be a matchups if the playoffs ended today. Over in the AFC, you got the Ravens number two would go against number seven Chargers. Then you would have the number three Bills going against number six Dolphins, number four Texas going against number five Steelers. So right now, Chargers took over that number seven slot from the Jets. So like I said, the Commanders won. They keeping their playoff hopes alive. They still have a shot, but this that time now where winning is everything. But they won against the Giants. The Bears beat the Browns, as I would have picked. Jags and Jets. This is the biggest loss of the season for the Jets. If you're the Jets, like I talked about, controlling your own destiny. When you control your own destiny, you don't want to put in nobody else's hands. It's a terrible loss for the Jets. You lose to a team that has nothing to play for, but they definitely plan to ruin your playoff ambitions. And the biggest thing that I seen in this game is that the Jets went for it on fourth and long late in the fourth quarter. Why he didn't punt the ball, I have no idea. I don't know if he panicked. I don't know what happened. I don't know if he took the Jags lightly, but no matter how you spin it, the Jags already had 40-something points. So you taking them lightly at that point, I wouldn't understand the logic in that. You know what I mean? If this is early in the game, you went for it on fourth and long, I get it. But he already put up 40 points. So at that point, you taking him lightly didn't really make any sense. And you probably didn't, but I'm just trying to make sense of that you going for it in a fourth down play. I mean, you had more to lose than gain going for it at that moment. Because if you don't get that fourth and long, game over. But even if you do convert the fourth down, it's just the first down. You still have to drive. You converting that first down didn't mean anything. It didn't guarantee nothing. But if you don't get the first down, it's guaranteeing a loss. And sure enough, that's what happened. So now the Jets is out of the playoffs currently at the moment. You have Bills and Patriots. Bills had their hands full, but they escaped on the road against the Pats. Raiders and Eagles. Raiders won this one 38-33 over the Eagles. I took the Raiders to win this game, and they did. They came through. They got the job done. And this is a good game, though. This is a good game. One of the things that I've noticed, though, watching this game was that the Raiders let Philly back in the game. Like, he was doing making some costly mistakes, that was allowing Philly to just hang around. But the Raiders won that one. That was a big game. That was a big game for the Raiders, and they got the job done on the road. Texans took care of the Cards. Panthers took care of the Saints. Seahawks took care of the Colts. Titans beat the 49ers. Look, I gotta give respect to the Titans. He's won his last few games after playing horribly all season. Maybe he finally found something. That's what I'm talking about, playing until the season is over rather than just, giving up, because if you had a horrible season, I mean, you should be trying to find something going into next season. So I like what I see with the Titans, man. He's showing up, he's playing, and he's pulling out some wins the last few weeks. So good work on the Titans' behalf, man. Rams and Lions. Rams won this one 40-38. This has been a miserable season for the Lions. I expected way more from them than that. But the Rams season is over with too. So this game wasn't about too much other than just winning for morale purposes. Cowboys blew out the Vikings. Looked like they played twice, but didn't matter. Vikings didn't come close. And Steelers blew out the Dolphins at home. On to week 16. This is the current week that we are at. Rams and Seahawks played. Seahawks won this one 49-45. Rams put up a fight trying to snap that Seahawks 10-game winning streak, but they came up just a little short. Seahawks with this win went to they won 10 in a row now. So Seahawks hot like fish grease. Eagles and Commanders. This game is currently underway. This is a big game for the Commanders because the Bears is holding on to that last spot for dear life, and the Commanders is right there, one game behind them. He need this game, but the bad news is that he's going against the Eagles team who's coming off a loss last week, who's definitely going to have revenge on the mind. I got Eagles to win this one. I'm gonna say Eagles 44, Commanders 29. Bears and Packers, like I said before in the highlights when they showed this is a big time win for the Bears. They went against a Packers team who got this division wrapped up, and the Bears needed this game and they got it. This is a big win for the Bears, very very big win. So Bears stepped up at the right time, and at this point, it doesn't matter what seed you are, how many wins and losses you have. You just want to get in. Once you get in, now you got a shot to make some magic happen. So great win for the Bears at this stage of the season. Chargers and Cowboys. This is a big game right here. Let me see something. I think the Cowboys got 6 losses, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I just want to see something. Cowboys have 6 losses, and they are the 6th seed. The Commanders got 7 losses. All right, so Cowboys still be sitting pretty if the Commanders lose this week. Rams and Cards, they blew it. They all had 7 losses, but they let go of the rope. So it's going to come down. Commanders is the only team that can make something happen. Well, I'm not going to say that. The Rams and Cardinals still got a shot. They just need the Bears to slip up. The Cowboys would have to drop 2. I don't know who the Cowboys have left on their schedule, so I'm not going to, really tap into that too much right now at the moment. But this is a big game, though, nevertheless. This is a big game for the Cowboys, though, and the Chargers, because, number one, Chargers got the 7th seed right now, and the Jets, they looking to get back in this spot. Hold on. I didn't even check the AFC. Let me see something. So the Chargers is the 7th seed with 6 losses. The Jets have 7 losses. The Dolphins is the 6th seed with 6 losses as well. So it's looking like right now, once this week advance, as you can see, the Chargers are now ahead of the Dolphins, which means that the Dolphins will now drop to the 7th seed. The Dolphins will now drop to the 7th seed. The Dolphins will drop to the 7th seed, and the Chargers will move up to the 6th seed, right? And you got Jets right there with 7 losses. Chiefs lost 4 in a row. That killed them. And so if you the Jets, you looking for the Chargers or Dolphins to slip up, So we're going to see Dolphins is definitely, letting go, and putting this season in jeopardy. He lost his last 2 games. He's at 6 losses. If you the Jets, you just looking and waiting patiently to see how this week plays out. So, but the Chiefs and Jags, 8 losses, I don't think it's going to cut it. So I don't think I think the Jets is the only team that has a real shot on getting in this thing. So so Chargers and Cowboys, this is going to be a big game, man. It's a very interesting game. I can't lie. I got to go with the Chargers, man. Chargers on the road. I think Chargers is playing a little bit more better ball right now too than the Cowboys at that. So if the Cowboys do lose, it'll be a big loss, but it won't be the end of the world. He'll still have a playoff spot, especially if the Commanders lose. But this is a big game for both teams. but I just like the Chargers a little more in this situation. I like Chargers in this one. I'm going to say 48-42. 48-42 Chargers over the Cowboys. Giants and Vikings. Giants won this one 34-24. Bills and Browns. This game means nothing. I'll take Buffalo if it does get played. I'll say Bills 51, Browns 33. Jets and Saints. Look, who am I to say? Who am I to say Jets? Jets will win this, right? Jets lost to the Jags last week, and Jags are similar to the Saints as far as, both their season is over. Both their seasons is over, but yet the Jets came up short against the Jags. The Jets have to win this game in a major way. He's going into New Orleans, so he's going into a dome, so they don't have to worry about no weather. But man, after losing, giving up all the points to the Jets, to the Jags, anything is possible right now at this point, So we're going to see how this one shake out. I'm going to take the Jets just because I feel like I have no choice, but I'm not confident with the Jets in this one. Trust me, I'm not confident picking the Jets. But I'll say Jets 41, Saints 33. Pats and Ravens. Ravens blew out the Pats in this one 64-17. Cardinals beat the Falcons 40-38. Falcons started out good in the early part of the season, and then it's just been all downhill. Don't know what quite happened over there at ATL, but they just fell apart. Chiefs and Titans. I would like to see this game played because the Titans won their last few games and the Chiefs lost 4 in a row. So I would love to see how this one turned out. If this one get played, I think the Titans is playing right now with a little more confidence. I would have to take the Titans in this one over the Chiefs if this does get played. I'll say Titans in this one 38-34. Bucks and Panthers. It's a big game for the Panthers. This ain't a big game for the Bucks. It's a big game for the Panthers because this is a potential playoff matchup. And if you're the Panthers, you want to let it be known that, first of all, they already played once and the Bucks won the first time around. So if you're the Panthers, you don't want to get blown out in this one. Even if you lose, you want to keep it close. So pride is on the line in this one for the Panthers. I like this Bucks team, man. They've been doing the 1-2 thing all season. So I'm gonna take the Bucks, but I got my eye on this one. I'm gonna take the Bucks 45-35. Next up, we had Raiders and Texans. This game was played a few minutes ago, and man, we just played horrible, man. We had about 4 turnovers, the most we had in the game all season, and we just gave up too many big plays. You can't let the quarterback scramble back there and then still have time the playmaker receivers to run deep. We didn't get enough pressure. We just didn't play smart ball. We didn't play smart ball. There are some positives that we taken out of this, but we didn't play good ball overall. I just didn't like the performance that we put up in this one. But hey, it ain't the end of the world. It's just about learning, paying attention to how the game went, and make some adjustments. And that will do. I've always know how to make adjustments. In any type of scheme that had to be done. So, we learn. When you move forward, you shake that man's hand, and you get ready for next week, and you get ready for the playoffs. But good win for the Raiders. He deserved it. He did what he had to do. He made some big plays, and he got the dub, on the road at that. I'll set this for the Jags. Steelers and Lions. Look, the Lions had a bad season, but if you the Steelers, if you the Steelers, you know you got to come in and still handle your business. No time to take your foot off the gas. You're tied with the Ravens in that division, so you got to take care of business. But I'm gonna take the Steelers in this one. I just think that Steelers won't come in playing around. They know what got to be done. So therefore, I got them taking care of business. Steelers 40. I'm gonna say 38. 38 26. 38 26. Steelers over the Lions. Bengals and Dolphins. Sneaky game. Sneaky game. Look, Dolphins lost his last two in a row. He's now the seventh seed. When this week advances, he will now drop to the seventh seed. And losing two in a row, you ain't coming to this game with the most confident. And I'm telling you right now, I've said it before, the Bengals one of them teams that you'll come in, you see his record, and for whatever reason, you'll feel like you got room to practice some new plays or something. And I'm telling you, now is not the time to do that. But I'm pretty sure Miami know that. He knows what's on the line. He knows he got to take care of business. He's at home. I think Miami gets it done. But I got it close, to be honest. I think this game going to be closer than he would like, but I got him winning. Miami 37, Bengals 33. And then we got Niners and Colts. Both teams' playoffs hopes is done, but nevertheless, you play for the morale of the team, especially going into next season. I'll take Niners in this one, but I think this one will be close. This game can go either way, in my opinion. But I'll take Niners. I'll say 37-32. 37-32, Niners and Colts. Well, y'all seen the playoff race, what it's looking like. So you know what's at stake. What we got? Week 18 to go to? Right. We got week 18. We at week 16. Next advance will be Friday. So y'all already know what it is. Y'all already know what's got to be done. It's go time. Teams is fighting for their playoff lives. Others just trying to stay healthy, and others just trying to hang on. Either way, a lot of games mean something, especially when it comes down to the last few weeks of the season. So do with that as you may. But we're here to talk about it. Whatever goes down, we're here to talk about it. So I'll see y'all in I know, I wanted to tell you, I'm gonna put this in the chat too. I'm trying to do some, I'm trying to, I'm on to elevate this league, to try to turn this into something more. So what I need everybody to do is send me a highlight from one of your games. It could be any highlight. Just send me a highlight from one of your games. I'm trying to put something together. I'm trying to present the whole fifth quarter in a whole different realm. I'm really trying to take this somewhere and do something with it. Listen, we spend, time playing this, putting in, work. So it's like, let's just try to take this to another level. So yeah, everybody send me a highlight, some type of highlight from any game you want, you're choosing or whatever, and send it to me. And, I'm going to take it and make some things happen with it. I'm going to put that in the chat too, because everybody don't watch the fifth. Even if it is majority, that still ain't everybody. And if I put in the chat, you just don't see it, then I just don't know what to tell you. Because you should always be paying attention to the chat at some point in time. If you ain't jump on the chat all day today, I would at least expect you to jump on there tomorrow. If you know that you're part of a league. So I'll put this in the chat as well. But yeah, everybody send me something, send me a highlight or whatever. Whenever you can, the sooner the better. And yeah, like I said, I'm trying to take this whole fifth quarter thing, league thing, trying to take it somewhere. So, just keep that in mind. So week 16, I'll see y'all week 17. I'm Ghost.